Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the chairman of the ORA Board of Directors, Sam Lindsley.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 100-year celebration at the Industry Awards. We're glad that you're here to help us kick off the next century of growth and success. Can you believe the ORA has been around for 100 years? It's the roaring 20s all over again. This is really exciting. So welcome to the grandest night of the year for the Ohio restaurant industry and hospitality industry. Tonight on this stage, we will honor food service champions, hospitality legends, and the dedicated individuals and organizations who represent the best of the best. We'll celebrate the achievements of 3 of Ohio's most outstanding restaurateurs, our outstanding vendors, and top educator, our leading industry innovator, tech titan, rising star, and more. We'll close out the evening by paying homage to the newest inductees to the Ohio Restaurant Association Hall of Fame. We are proud to welcome our board of directors, and a big thank you to our staff and members who make to this night such a special one. And one more thing, joining us tonight with his friend and ORA board member, Adrian Adornato, is Congressman Troy Balderson. Troy, thank you for being with us tonight. This year, we are very pleased to have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful Hilton Columbus Downtown, the capital city's world-class art hotel, recognized for award-winning cuisine and exceptional service. Please join me in thanking our hosts, the Hilton's management and staff. In addition, we thank our generous sponsors tonight who made this evening's celebration possible. Our Industry Awards celebration sponsors are Wasserstrom, IGS Energy, Cisco, Siebert Keck Insurance Partners, United Healthcare, I love that, keep it going, Ecolab, Roosters, Montgomery Inn, Inspire PR Group, the Wendy's Company, and Profit Guides LLC. We'd also like to extend a special thank you to our 100-year celebration sponsors, Kappas Company, very nice, United Healthcare, GBQ Partners, Advertise America, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. Thank you all. Before we begin dinner service, Tito's has created a custom 100-year celebration cocktail for the ORA. Very nice, thank you. Be on the lookout for more information on this unique cocktail and how you can help us celebrate all year long. But first, please raise your glass and join me in toasting a new decade filled with opportunity and a future without limits for Ohio's restaurant, food service, and hospitality industry. Cheers. Enjoy your dinner and the music, and we'll return in about 45 minutes to continue our celebration. Thank you.
Jazz is king. The hotter the better. Women can now vote. Broadcast radio is brand new. Charlie Chaplin rules the cinema in silence, and more families buy cars on the installment plan. Times are good. At the Neal House in Ohio's capital city, a porterhouse steak goes for around 85 cents. Possibly over such a meal, several entrepreneurial restaurateurs, competitors all, get together in a spirit of cooperation to organize the Ohio Restaurant Association. 100 years later, the Ohio Restaurant Association is the recognized leader in promoting and protecting our state's restaurant, food service, and hospitality industry. As a proud member of the Ohio Restaurant Association, you and your success continue to be our #1 priority. 100 years in the making, there's never been a better time to be part of the restaurant industry. fine dining, quick service, fast casual, food truck, and delivery-only kitchens. Tonight, we recognize your passion for excellence and welcome you to the Ohio Restaurant Association Industry Awards Celebration. We honor your commitment to be the best. Exceptional hospitality, adoption of technology, dedication to education, and unwavering support of your communities. We recognize those among you who have excelled in restaurant operations, industry innovation, technology, vendor relations, education, and charitable good works. We paid tribute to our outstanding restaurateurs, the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, and our newest inductees in the Hall of Fame. This is your 100 years celebration of the Ohio Restaurant Association and industry awards recognizing the best. Let's celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back your MC for the evening, Sam Lindsley.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed dinner. We're going to start here. Again, a very good evening to each and every one of you, and welcome to the 2020 Industry Awards celebration. For the past 100 years, the restaurant, food service, and hospitality industry has evolved through a phenomenal transformation. The introduction of franchising in the 1920s, the idea of the take-home meal and acceptance of credit cards in the 1950s, the explosive growth of quick serve restaurants in the 1960s, and in the past decades, the introduction of ethnic flavors, more reliance on locally grown produce, tremendous strides in food handling safety, and the consumer's reliance on digital and social media has been a big impact. However, through all these changes, two things have remained constant: the entrepreneurial spirit that drives men and women to achieve the American dream, and the heart for hospitality that defines our industry that we're most proud of. The individuals we honor tonight, and all of you, are the dreamers and the doers, the industry trailblazers, the cornerstones of your communities working every day to write the hospitality story for the next 100 years. We congratulate you and we celebrate you. Now please welcome the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Ohio Restaurant Association, John Barker.
Thanks, Sam. Good evening, everybody. What a program that we have in store for you tonight. We're going to celebrate 100 years of the restaurant industry in Ohio, and it's been an incredible century, as we saw in that video just a few minutes ago. The industry exploded across the United States to $800 billion in sales over the last 100 years in 1 million locations. That's not just the short north, by the way. In Ohio, we've grown to $25 billion in sales, nearly 23,000 locations, and 585,000 jobs. We are the third largest industry in the state of Ohio. Yeah, restaurants are a big deal today. We have a tremendous economic impact, and we know consumers love their restaurants and their food. In fact, if you all click on your Instagram right now, I'm sure there's multiple photos of the food tonight, as well as maybe from the expo earlier. And yet, with all these changes, with all the innovation, the new technology and social media, this is still a business about people. People like you who take care of customers, and people who treat their coworkers with respect, and people who have a heart for hospitality. Tonight, we're going to take time to recognize many of these people, and they are the best of the best in Ohio. They are the best at standing out in a crowded field that's full of wonderful leaders and operators and team members. They make a positive difference all over Ohio, and small towns tonight are going to be represented: Zanesville, Put-in-Bay, Nelsonville, German Village, and Grand Rapids, as well as Ohio's bigger cities: in Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Toledo, and you're going to meet them all here tonight. You know, in their own ways, our award winners champion the tradition of delivering wonderful hospitality to guests, and they make every experience special. And while it's not the same as landing a man on the moon, it is special in the way that they collectively help move the human race forward with kindness. And that's what our industry does. Now, before we begin this awards program, let me take just a minute and talk about the ORA, the Ohio Restaurant Association. Tonight is another major step in the ongoing transformation of this association. Just a few years ago, there was no annual awards gala here in Ohio, and the Mid-America Restaurant Expo that took place today and again tomorrow was in its formative stages. It was following the decline of something we used to call the pizza and ice cream show. And today we had a blowout day over at the convention center, and we expect another great day tomorrow. Fortunately, many of you contributed to that success, and we thank you. The great news is that the ORA Board of Directors and your staff started back in 2016 to work on the trajectory that you see here tonight and pursue what we call the path from good to great. And that's a path that we're on. And you know how that is. If you're a person who leads an organization, you actually never arrive at great, but you strive and you work hard and you try to get better every day. And that's what we're doing. You know, we built a long-term strategic plan for the ORA. We built annual operating plans. We attacked big ideas, and my team's probably tired about hearing of this, but we embraced step change. And together, we partnered to create a new organization that operates like a consulting group. It's geared to help our 2,000 plus members and our 7,000 plus restaurant locations navigate in what is an extremely complex marketplace, and our job is to help find solutions so that they can be more successful. We aggressively promote this great industry and protect it in Washington, D.C. and at the State House here in Ohio, and we commit to partnering with everyone who believes in a strong and vibrant restaurant industry. We have a great team at the ORA, and they're here tonight. And I would really like for each one of them to stand for just a moment so that we can thank them for helping put on this wonderful event. Please stand, ORA team. Our team manages many big events like this. As I mentioned, the Expo. We have a Chairman's Council event that's taking place tomorrow, which will be terrific. We have safety training, a big one tomorrow. We do a number of ProStart events, and I hope you're aware of that, and if you're not, talk to us about that. That's our opportunity to get young people to fall in love with this business just like all of you have. We have town halls, we have idea factories, we have local restaurant alliances, and so much more. You know, our team is committed to taking this organization up another notch, another level, and our job is to add more value to each of you, our members. That is our mission. Let's take a quick look at this video, which is a debut of our new ORA brand marketing for 2020, the ORA's 100th year.
The Ohio Restaurant Association is a trade association that represents the interests of restaurant owners. We are a consultative agency that covers all of the food service entities in the state of Ohio, and those are restaurants, nursing homes, prisons, schools, daycare centers, a wide variety. If you need a license to sell food, we represent you.
Our job is to work with these owners of these restaurants and their staffs to really work with them on what they need the most that they can't handle themselves.
We do the hard work that restaurant owners often don't have time to do.
We have educational events, we have safety trainings, we have a hotline where they can call in during business hours and we will get them to the right contact. We have legal services for them. We have a whole content library online.
It's a really fantastic opportunity for restaurant owners, folks who are interested in getting into the business, to get involved with the industry and to really have an understanding of what is going on, not just within their own business and organization, but kind of as a whole.
It's all very tailored. We think very long and hard about what our members actually need to be successful.
We offer a ton of events where we bring in expert speakers, topics that they need help with, understanding so that they can make decisions.
We are a consultative organization that looks for products and services that help a restaurant's bottom line.
Our members can save a ton of money that they're not paying to an agency or the state, and they can actually reinvest it in their business and their employees to make their workplaces a much better and fun place to work and to grow their business and grow the economy.
Thank you, and let's have a great awards program. Let me turn it back over to Sam Lindsley.
Okay. Thank you, John. Now on to the awards. We received many nominations from you, our members. We heard about so many deserving people, and it was difficult to settle on the very best of this year's awards. We thank the ORA's Executive Committee and staff leadership for their conscientious work in pouring through the nominations. As I said, they all had a difficult task, but in the end, I believe you will agree with us that this year's honorees truly represent the best of our industry. We will begin with the 2020 Outstanding Restaurateurs. We're pleased to recognize 3 incredible operators for this prestigious award, one in the northern part of the state, another in the south, and a third operating in central Ohio. Each honoree is a credit to their representative communities and to the advancement of our industry. The award for Outstanding Restaurateur in Northern Ohio is sponsored by United Healthcare. To present the Outstanding Restaurateur for Northern Ohio, please welcome ORA's Managing Director of Member Growth and Government Affairs, Todd Bowen.
Thanks, Sam. Our first outstanding restaurateur is located about as far north as you can get and still be in the Buckeye State. In fact, as one of Ohio's oldest resort towns, Put-in-Bay is only about 6 miles from the Canadian border. We celebrate our 2020 Outstanding Restaurateur for Northern Ohio, the Booker family and their amazing Boardwalk family of restaurants. We have 3 generations of the Booker family here tonight. Please come to the stage as I share more about your incredible restaurants on Lake Erie's South Bass Island. Some 35 years ago, to take advantage of the fast-growing early spring to late autumn tourist season, Marv Booker had an idea. He decided to cook up steamed shrimp and fresh lobster and to serve them right on the water at Put-in-Bay. Today, the Boardwalk is a massive, must-visit destination spread across 2 decks. On the main deck, you'll come across a variety of casual food concessions. Climb to the upper deck for views of the bay, live entertainment, and unforgettable lunch and dinner options. In recent years, the Booker family opened Hooligan's Irish Pub, located right on the town square, the dairy aisle for burgers, fries, and ice cream treats, and the Keys restaurants. If there were palm trees at the Keys on Lake Erie, you would swear you were at the tip of South Florida. By the way, the family has taken an active part in eliminating plastic waste by getting behind the Lake Erie Skip the Straw campaign. Delicious, fun fare, lots of laughs, a family-friendly atmosphere, caring employees. Mix it up and Put-in-Bay, and you have the recipients of the Outstanding Restaurateur Award for Northern Ohio, the Booker family and their Boardwalk family of restaurants. Please join me in congratulating the Booker family.
for Outstanding Restaurateur of Southern Ohio is sponsored by Cisco. For this award, we turn our focus to the Cincinnati area. Presenting the award for Outstanding Restaurateur of the Southern Ohio will be Cisco's Executive Vice President, Rich Dodgett. Rich, please come to the stage. How are you?
Thanks, Sam. 3 miles north of Fountain Square in Cincinnati, in the revitalized urban residential neighborhood known as Camp Washington, is a special gem named an American food icon by Smithsonian Online. It's Camp Washington Chili. Maria Papakirk and Johnny Johnson, please come to the stage while I share your restaurant's unique story. On just about any list that names the best chili in the United States, you'll find Camp Washington Chili near the top. Winner of the prestigious Classics Award from the James Beard Foundation, Camp Washington Chili has been featured on the Food Network, Cooking and Travel channels, and the 1,000 places to see in the United States and Canada before you die. The New York Times bestsellers book says this about Camp Washington, and I quote, "It's a funky, much-loved restaurant. Camp Washington Chili was named after the historic neighborhood where it's still located today and has been proudly serving chili heads from Cincinnati and all over the world since 1940. Johnny Johnson, who is the patriarch of the Camp Washington Chili family, has been a constant part of that routine since 1951, when he emigrated from Greece and began working at his uncle's restaurant. Johnny hasn't worked anywhere else since the day he arrived, a testament to his lifetime commitment to chili making. At Camp Washington, they are known for their fresh, house-made, and award-winning chili, and they still grind their beef and shred their cheese in-house. Camp Washington is truly loved by the community and open 24/6. Johnny's daughter, Maria Papakirk, has recently taken over the daily operations, but the heart of this location lives on in their guests. Whether it's a first visit or one of many for the week, guests are the reason why the family is so passionate about what they do. Visitors travel from all over North America to mingle with the locals and to taste this fabulous chili. To keep up with demand, Johnny, Maria, and her staff cook up about 60 gallons of chili sauce every day to spoon over spaghetti. They serve it however you want, including their famous 5-way, and on more than 1,000 cheese conies. Many of their employees have been with them for years, and they love their job. They know regulars by name and do what it takes to make new customers longtime friends. The next time you're in Cincinnati, head over to Colerain Avenue and look up the one and only Camp Washington Chili. We suggest you have it 5 ways. Please help us congratulate our 2020 Outstanding Restaurateur Award for Southern Ohio, Johnny Johnson, Maria Papakirk, her family, and the employees of Camp Washington Chili.
The next award for Outstanding Restaurateur of Central Ohio is sponsored by IGS Energy. Now, to present the award for Outstanding Restaurateur of Central Ohio, please welcome IGS's Energy's Manager of Commercial and Industrial Sales, Andrea Longbreak, and ORA Director of Employer and Food Service Safety and Certification, Laura Morrison.
final Outstanding Restaurateur of 2020, we take you straight to Japan by way of Central Ohio's award-winning House of Japan, one of the best hibachi steakhouses in North America. Help us invite to our recognition stage Julie Chang and members of the Chang family. As they come forward, I'll fill you in on what makes House of Japan such a special place. So in 1988, when the Chang family opened the first House of Japan near the Tuttle Mall, they dreamed of bringing a slice of their home country to Central Ohio, and they did just that. When guests stroll across their glass bridge, they admire rare Japanese koi fish swimming in a pond adorned with waterfalls. They take in a nearby Japanese garden, and once seated, they are treated to a gastronomical show. We're talking about flaming onion volcanoes, shrimp tails flying, and a dazzling blur of fast-moving, quick-chopping, cut-and-dice knives, spatulas, and forks. On any given night, the hibachi grills are loaded with the sizzling sounds of shrimp, steak, chicken, sole, calamari, scallops, salmon, and lobster. Yay. Many of the hibachi chefs have been with the family business from the start. Within a few short years, the Chang family opened a second location in the fast-growing Polaris area of Columbus. From the beginning, House of Japan has been about exceptional food and excellent service in a fun and entertaining environment. The House of Japan is a perennial recipient of the Consumer Choice Award of Excellence and has received the Consumer Choice Award in the fine Japanese dining category since 1999. Wow. Andrea and I are proud to present the Outstanding Restaurateur Award for Central Ohio to Julie Chang, the Chang family, and the House of Japan.
These next two awards are favorites every year because they recognize and celebrate the dedicated team members who keep our restaurants humming along at the highest levels of professionalism and excellence. Each year, we present two such awards, one for the front of the house, one for the back of the house. To present the front of the house and back of the house awards, please welcome our Senior Manager of Member Services and Retention, Kara Lisenby.
At the front of the house, in restaurants across Ohio, we have outstanding servers, hosts, and other staff members who welcome guests and provide wonderful dining experiences. As you can imagine, it's difficult to select only one of them for this honor. However, the individual we're about to celebrate stands head and shoulders above the rest. He is Ignacio Orduna, affectionately known as Nacho to team members and customers alike. As Nacho comes to the stage with Rusty Bucket founder and president Gary Calicote and vice president Jim Souter, let me tell you about him. Ignacio joined Cameron Mitchell Restaurants and the Rusty Bucket Restaurant and Tavern 21 years ago. As a server assistant at the Upper Arlington Rusty Bucket location, he always places the needs of customers and other team members first. Insiders refer to the Rusty Bucket's company culture as the bucket life, meaning great food, great drinks, great people, and that intangible something that makes a place exceptional. In every way imaginable, Nacho epitomizes the bucket life. He treats guests as friends and always lends a hand wherever and whenever needed. Ignacio is known for his energy, positive attitude, and winning smile. We present this year's Front of House Award to Ignacio Orduna of Rusty Bucket Restaurant and Tavern. Congratulations. Next, we turn to the back of the house, where we go to Jason's Deli near the Polaris Mall and meet Dory K. Strom, this year's back of house honoree. Dory K., please come to the stage while I share your beautiful story. Jason's Deli in Polaris is one of 275 locations operating in 28 states. Nationally, they're known for wholesome natural ingredients. The Polaris location is known for having Dory K. Strom on the team. Genuine, kind-hearted, and devoted, Dory K. joined Jason's Deli as a delivery driver in the summer of 2016, and soon her exceptional and warm customer service became evident to everyone she met. The store's catering clients began putting in requests along with their orders. Many of them say, "Make sure Dory K. is our driver." Jason's Deli has one regular catering client that uses a walker and requires assistance with deliveries, and Dory K. personally handles that order with special care, regardless of the time of day. She truly reflects the heart of hospitality that customers love. For providing exceptional customer service and for her big, enthusiastic smile, we present the Back of the House Award to Dory K. Strom of Jason's Deli, Polaris.
Thank you, Kara. In the food service business, we depend on our vendors every single day. As we all know, a good, trusted, and dependable vendor can make a huge difference. This year's award for Outstanding Vendor is sponsored by the Montgomery Inn. To help us present the Outstanding Vendor Award, please welcome Executive Vice President of the Montgomery Inn, Evan Andrews, and welcome back the ORA's CEO, John Barker.
This particular vendor is found in Cleveland and is known far and wide. Please join us in welcoming to the stage and congratulating two generations of the Kappas Company, Chairman Fred Kappas and President John Kappas. The Kappas Company has a rich and honored history dating back to the late 1940s, when John Henry Kappas set up shop in the basement of his home and became a Taylor ice cream freezer distributor. From that humble beginning, John Henry and later his son Fred and his grandson John grew the business to become one of the nation's most successful restaurant equipment suppliers. Along the way, Fred signed Wendy's as a national chain account, and he played a major role in the development of the Taylor Frosty dairy dessert machine. Has anybody had a Frosty? Later, Fred became good friends with Wendy's founder Dave Thomas, and today the restaurant chain serves the iconic Frosty in nearly 7,000 locations. Fred also helped the Speedway convenience store chain place the first generation of frozen carbonated beverage units in its many locations. Today, Kappa's company serves Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Northern Kentucky from its large distribution center, and is recognized for top quality equipment and best-in-class service. In fact, more than 40 factory certified technicians are on the road at all times. Finally, Kappa's company is a longtime partner of the ORA and has exhibited at our Restaurant Expo for decades. We appreciate your support of this industry. Evan Andrews and I are proud to present this year's Outstanding Vendor Award to Fred and John Kappas. Fred pointed out he has some things he wants to talk about with me tomorrow. Some things never change. Each year it is an honor to recognize our outstanding public officials who make a positive difference in the lives of Ohioans. This year's Outstanding Public Official Award is sponsored by the Wendy's Company. To help us present this award, please welcome to the stage ORA board member and manager of public affairs for the Wendy's Company, Blair Luciano.
Seldom has a city endured so much in a single year than the people of Dayton, Ohio. First, security was greatly heightened when the KKK came to town for a rally, and the city had to deal with intense media interest. Just 2 days later, fierce tornadoes ripped through entire neighborhoods, destroying hundreds of homes and businesses. Then, on an August evening in the downtown entertainment district, a gunman fired 41 shots into a crowd at the entrance of Ned Pepper's bar, killing 9 people and wounding 17 others before police ended the rampage. Seeing the city through these devastating heartbreaks has been Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, the recipient of the Ohio Restaurant Association Outstanding Public Official Award. Unfortunately, Mayor Whaley is currently traveling out of the country. However, we want to show you a portion of a press conference held in the hours after the shooting, followed by Mayor Whaley's comments prepared for tonight. Please take a look.
The word I use for Dayton is it has grit. And I think that is a word that describes what is this community's been through for the past 50 years, the grit of the changing economy, the grit when tough things happen, they come together. There's resilience in grit. But I think that is what makes us so strong and continues to make us resilient. And so I think that describes Dayton and its people in a way that I'm very, very proud of.
So Mayor, on behalf of the Ohio Restaurant Association and all of the amazing people in our industry, we are proud to present you with the Outstanding Public Official of the Year Award. In a year of much adversity, your strength, grace, and commitment shone a great light on Ohio's Gem City.
When I got the announcement about being part of the, being recognized by the Ohio Restaurant Association, it meant a lot to me, particularly what our community went through this whole summer and then leading up to August 4th. Restaurants and local businesses were the ones that were the most affected, besides the victims and their families. And the way that the restaurants and the small businesses in Dayton responded and supported our community means a lot. The efforts that our small businesses and local restaurateurs went through, particularly last year, was heroic, and they were some of the people that have been most affected by the tough stuff that happened in Dayton last year. And so to be recognized as a good public official by those folks in the Ohio Restaurant Association really means so much to me and means so much to Dayton. Thank you so much for your support and recognition of our gritty, resilient city.
In the most challenging months in Dayton's modern history, Mayor Whaley exhibited grace and steely determination, worked across party lines, and was a stabling influence and an inspiration to all of us. For bringing a city together, consoling the grieving, and serving as an example of leadership at its finest, we are honored to present to Mayor Nan Whaley the Outstanding Public Official Award.
Mayor Whaley absolutely knows how to make a community stronger, more resilient, and better. Now on to our next award. This year's Nourishing the Community Award is presented to an individual or organization that went above and beyond to give back through community service or charitable good works. The sponsor of the Nourishing the Community Award is Siebert Keck Insurance Partners. Please welcome Executive Vice President and partner of Siebert Keck, Mark McTeague.
Thanks, John. At Siebert Keck, we're proud to present this year's Nourishing the Community Award to Freedom a la carte. Please congratulate and welcome to the stage Freedom a la carte's Executive Director, Paula Haynes. Sometimes a person needs a fresh start. Freedom a la carte gives the survivors of sex trafficking the support they need to build new lives based on personal freedom and self-sufficiency. Freedom a la carte is a nonprofit catering business created as a safe place to teach survivors of sex trafficking important job and life skills while they heal, grow, gain self-confidence, and learn to trust again. Featured in Forbes magazine and on CNN, the people working at Freedom a la carte run a successful catering company, but that's only the beginning. They call it Cause Cuisine because the work being done supports more than 100 survivors of trafficking in a safe space. In Franklin County, more than 1,000 women are arrested each year for solicitation. Nearly all of them are victims of sex trafficking, and many are first sold at a young age. Freedom a la carte works with Franklin County's municipal court to help empower women to take back control of their lives. In addition to mastering job skills, women receive help finding apartments, navigating bus routes, and accessing support services. For many of these women, Freedom a la carte is the opportunity they have been hoping for. Today, they're living on their own, working in food service and other industries, going to school, and building new lives. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in presenting this year's Nourishing the Community Award to the remarkable Freedom a la carte organization and Executive Director, Paula Haynes.
If you aren't inspired by that story, you must be asleep tonight. This year, we are pleased to introduce a new award category, the Sparkle Award, sponsored by Ecolab. And my friends at Wendy's are going to tell me that I stole it from Wendy's, the Sparkle Award. This award honors a restaurant or company that has an outstanding cleanliness and food safety record. In short, they sparkle. Please welcome a member of our board of directors and Ecolab's area sales manager, Jeff Hunt, to the stage to present the Sparkle Award.
Thanks, John. Hey, thanks a lot, John. So when you think of Northwest Ohio, and there's a small little town along the Maumee River called Grand Rapids, there's two claims to fame: the Apple Butter Festival and Rita's Dairy Barn. Rita's is an ice cream shop like no other and the winner of our 2020 Sparkle Award. Rita Foos, please come up while we tell your story. Despite growing up on a dairy farm and studying culinary arts and restaurant management in college, Rita, you never expected to own and operate a Grand Rapids landmark, much less an ice cream shop. After managing numerous chain restaurants and serving as a Bowling Green State food production manager, which we talked about. Rita, with the help from your husband, George, you thought it'd be fun to start a new adventure and open up an ice cream shop. That's how Rita's Dairy Barn came about in 1998. And a quick little story, we were talking about it at the table, and Rita said, well, it was a little bit more than that. I actually had everything set up, the location, the lease. And then I said, George, by the way, we have everything set up, and we're going to open up a dairy shop, which I think is really awesome. So she's got some phenomenal ice cream flavors. Stuff like sweet corn, mango ginger heat, how about maple bacon? Many of the flavors are inspired by local ingredients, and Rita always welcomes guest suggestions on different ice cream flavors. Now about the Sparkle Award. From the start, Rita was a stickler about cleanliness. Check with the offices of Wood County, and you'll learn that Rita's health department scores are phenomenal. We can't remember the last time where she did not get a perfect score with her health inspection. Absolutely. Rita's also a stickler about making sure that her staff is ServSafe certified, so when she's not there, which talking to you is not very often, you know that there's staff members that are there and ServSafe certified to guarantee that everyone's going to be safe and have the most clean operation within your business. So the winner of the first ever Sparkle Award, Rita Foos, owner and operator of Rita's Dairy Barn. Congratulations.
The future of our industry is in very capable hands, especially when we have educators the caliber of our next honoree. To tell us about this year's recipient of the Outstanding Industry Educator Award, please welcome Executive Director of our ORA Education Foundation, Patty Halper.
Thanks, John. Our 2020 Outstanding Industry Educator has been responsible for shaping many of the women and men designed to become the hospitality legends of tomorrow. He was born in Germany. He trained and performed in traditional French, Italian, German, and European novel cuisine at Michelin Guide-rated restaurants, completed the European Certified Master Chef program, and served as the executive chef at premier private country clubs. We recognize the dedication of this year's Outstanding Industry Educator from Nelsonville's Hocking College Culinary Program, Master Chef Vincenzo Sclama. Chef Enzo, please make your way to the stage as we watch a brief video detailing your exceptional accomplishments.
Chef Enzo is such a special soul.
He's very demanding on the students, but also fills that mentoring sort of role that's really important for students.
He's this outspoken force.
My father was a restaurateur. He had restaurants, and I basically grew up in the kitchen on the butcher block and, you know, in the middle of the flour.
Right away, I mean, you can tell if a chef knows what they're doing and how skilled they are, and right away, I realized he was the real deal, yes. He is one of those instructors that really cares about the success of his students.
Chef Enzo is one of those people, you walk in his classroom and it is structured to the T. He's a fantastic instructor and the students look up to him because of that structure.
One of the things I hear from Chef Enzo's students is that they're thinking about things that when they came here weren't really on their plate yet. There's so many possibilities, and I think the beauty of what Enzo does is really helping students discover their passion.
He exemplifies those things of a really good teacher. He's their favorite instructor, by far, because he makes such an impact.
He really invests in the students and is willing to take the extra time to help them figure out a pathway.
We as educators, we're actually the ones holding the door open for students to have a prosperous life.
He always tries to make you do your best, and when you get to that point, he always pushes you to do even better.
You can always improve, you can always do better.
Chef Enzo belongs to a variety of professional organizations that really promote the future of the industry, especially in education.
ProStart is a great program to make sure that young people know that there's more to it. And, you know, it's not just a job, it's a profession.
He has served on our Academic Affairs Committee. He's helped us guide not only the Culinary Arts program through our accreditation, but also many of our other programs.
He works really hard at finding opportunities for students to do internships, practicum, apprenticeships. He's very, very involved at promoting study abroad programs over at the Culinary Institute, so he provides really, really great experiences for his students.
That is the future of the industry. It is the future leaders. We and the industry, we need to invest into our future in order to maintain a prosperous future for our hospitality industry.
Chef Enzo, I am so grateful for the dedication that you have given to Hocking College and to your students. I see the lives that you change. I sneak in your kitchen. I've walked through the halls over there and I hear you. It's those moments that you continue to inspire your students even when you think nobody is looking. So for that I say thank you and congratulations, because this award is very well deserved.
Chef Enzo, congratulations on your award. You definitely deserve it, and I'm so glad you got it.
Congratulations, Enzo. It's an honor and a privilege to work with you every day.
I really am glad for you. You deserve this honor and any others that come your way. You're a good teacher and most of the time a good guy.
Chef Enzo, pathway to prosperity, man.
Congratulations, Chef. I know you've worked hard, you're dedicated, you deserve this.
Each spring, Chef Enzo escorts top culinary students to foodie cities in Italy, such as Turin, and culinary regions of Germany, such as Bavaria, where they tour some of the country's best restaurants, bakeries, butcher shops, and breweries. This hands-on training makes all the difference in the world, and we're grateful these students will bring these experiences to Ohio restaurants upon graduation. For advancing Ohio's culinary reputation, we present our 2020 Outstanding Industry Educator to Master Chef Enzo Scalama.
From motor stops on the National Road to the Kahiki Supper Club, to Pick Up Windows, to Ghost in Cloud Kitchens in 2020. And for more than 100 years, Ohio has been the cradle of food service innovation. To present this year's Industry Innovator Award, here again is our own Todd Bowen.
Thanks, John. 10 years ago, fresh out of The Ohio State University, Zach James launched the Paddy Wagon just as the food truck craze was getting started. An early adopter of the food truck business model, Zach now has 3 Paddy Wagon mobile units and has taken a leadership role in the adoption of business-friendly food truck regulations. For example, the city of Columbus now has mobile food legislation that has become a national model of responsible pro-business regulations. The Street Food Finder app, which is an industry leader for food trucks, started right here in Columbus. Let's now hear from a founding member and the president of the Central Ohio Food Truck Association and the recipient of our 2020 Industry Innovator Award, the Paddy Wagon Sheriff, Zach James.
Zach James, I'm sheriff of the Paddy Wagon food truck. We've been rolling around the streets of Columbus since 2010. Our signature dish is a 15-hour slow-roasted Angus beef brisket. We do it on a sandwich. We also do it in tacos, on our grilled cheese. It's definitely our heavy-hitting item. So I'm the president of the Central Ohio Food Truck Association. We're a nonprofit advocacy group for the mobile food industry here in Central Ohio. We represent about 80 food truck owners here in Columbus and the surrounding area. And our whole goal is to provide resources for them as well as lobby and advocate with regulatory agencies in the city of Columbus to make sure that we have fair and amicable food truck legislation.
With the sheriff at the wheel, the Central Ohio Food Truck Association continues Ohio's proud history of forward-thinking hospitality innovation. We present this year's Industry Innovator Award to Zach James in the Central Ohio Food Truck Association.
Our next award is the Tech Titan Award, and it recognizes an individual or an organization that applies technology to enhance their business and advance the food service industry. To present the 2020 Tech Titan Award, please welcome our 2019 recipient, a member of the ORA Board of Directors and the co-founder of Balanced Pan Asian Grill in Toledo, Prakash Karamchandani.
Please help me congratulate and welcome to the stage our 2020 Tech Titan, the co-founder and co-owner of Thunderdome Restaurant Group, John Lanny. As John makes his way up here, I want to share his story with you. John Lanny was a restaurateur who leads his business by utilizing technology that improves the customer experience and helps save people time and money. Embracing technology has become critical for managing his fast-growing business, the Thunderdome Restaurant Group, based in Cincinnati, Ohio. They operate 8 brands in 13 cities, including their biggest and original concept, Corrido, with 42 locations. John co-owns Thunderdome Restaurant Group with his brother Joe, and business partner Alex Blust, and together they operate 7 other restaurant concepts: Bakerfield, The Eagle, Kruger's Tavern, City Bird Tenders, Maplewood Kitchen and Bar, So High Grilled Sandwiches, and their newest, opened in December of 2019, Pep and Dolores. In Ohio, you can find these brands in Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland. But to find the beginnings of John's experience in the restaurant industry, you have to look into the small town of Hamilton, Ohio, where John grew up. His involvement in our industry started at an early age, where you could find John and his brother working in their father's restaurants, making fries and cooking up cheesesteaks. It was this early experience in the hospitality industry that spurred him to attend the School of Hotel Administration at Cornell University. Next, he works for the acclaimed Chicago restaurant group, Let Us Entertain You. After years of study and working in various cities, John and Joe decided to return home to Cincinnati in 2005 to launch their own restaurant concept together, Corrido. They followed up their success with Corrido by launching Sohai grilled sandwiches in 2010 before officially forming the Thunderdome Restaurant Group in 2011 with the launch of their full-service restaurant, Bakersfield. To be clear, John is not an IT guy, but he loves championing apps for his brands that help connect with customers and cultivate and reward brand loyalty in our increasingly connected world. In 2018, he joined the board of the ORA, and in 2019, he became the chair of the ORA's tech committee. In this role, John regularly provides insight to our tech group about various technologies in use at Thunderdome, such as point-of-sale solutions, app providers, online ordering, third-party delivery, and aggregator of third-party delivery orders. As technology becomes a more important part of our industry, we are fortunate to have John's leadership, insight, and passion for tech and how it intersects with customers to help his brands thrive. We present this year's Tech Titan Award to John Lanning.
The next award places a focus on our industry's emerging leaders. The Rising Star Award is sponsored by Profit Guides, LLC. To present the 2020 Rising Star Award, please welcome a member of our board and founder of Profit Guides, Roy Getz.
Wow, what a great and inspirational evening, right? Wow, fantastic. Well, we're going to just continue to be inspired because I have the distinct privilege and honor to announce that our 2020 Rising Star is Letha Pugh. Would you please join me up here on stage? I'm going to tell Letha's story. Let me ask you a question. When you hear gluten-free, what do you think of? Gluten-free tasty treats are hard to come by. And that's exactly why Wendy Miller Pugh started coming up with gluten-free recipes for the baked goods that we all love. Unable to tolerate flour-based cookies, cakes, and similar treats, she thought there had been really no alternatives that were better. Her recipes were so tasty that Wendy and her wife Letha Pugh made a decision that changed their lives. They opened Bake Me Happy, one of Ohio's few certified gluten-free bakeries. The shop is located in Columbus's Marion Village and has attracted a loyal and enthusiastic fan base. One taste tells you why, right? Applying years of business and organizational experience as a hospital administrator and the owner of a home health care agency, our 2020 Rising Star, Letha Pugh, helped Wendy launch Bake Me Happy in 2013. Since then, they've worked to change perceptions about how gluten-free baked goods are made and how they taste. Along the way, they've made a big difference in this Columbus South Side community. In 2017, in recognition of Letha's work in improving the Marion Village neighborhood's quality of life, Columbus City Council honored her with the Reese Nader Memorial Award for Entrepreneurial and Social Change. In recent months, Letha applied her business acumen to helping a startup concept, Preston's, a burger joint, which has been operating from the kitchens in a pair of local bars. She is also CFO of Muse Hospitality, which operates the Ambrose and Eve restaurant in German Village area, cementing Letha's place as a rising star in our industry. Would you please join me in congratulating our 2020 Rising Star recipient, Letha Pugh.
Our next two awards are presented in recognition of an Ohio Restaurant Association staff member and member of the board of directors who epitomize our organization's core values of excellence, stewardship, integrity, passion, relevance, and leadership. Please welcome the president of Taste Hospitality Group and the vice chairwoman of the board of directors, Sheila Trotner.
Our next award recognizes our Staff Member of the Year, a person who exemplifies the ORA's core values and brings the association's mission alive daily. Many of you know Laura Morrison because of the help she's provided directly to you. Laura recently celebrated her 20th year with the association. She has certainly talked to more restaurateurs over the past 2 decades than anyone else at the ORA, and has personally signed up as members hundreds of restaurants, ranging from large chains to small mom-and-pop operators. Laura, please join me on stage. "20 years brings a wealth of experience and knowledge. But what I find most inspiring about Laura," come on up here. What I find most inspiring about Laura, when I talk to Laura, is the passion she brings every day to the ORA's mission of helping members succeed. This is a surprise award, by the way, so are you surprised? From championing our successful workers' comp program that has saved members millions of dollars over the years, to being the biggest advocate for food safety and an ambassador for ServSafe training, Laura's commitment to our industry stands out, and we are proud to recognize her today. Just this month, the ORA recognized Laura's leadership, dedication, and performance by promoting her to Managing Director of Membership and Employer Food Safety. Laura will partner with our membership growth team and collaborate on highlighting the ORA's products and services to existing members while attracting new members and growing the association. It would be safe to say that Laura is the most recognized face of the ORA and a wonderful advocate for our industry. The ORA's board of directors and Laura's colleagues are proud of her, and we ask you to join us in recognizing Laura Morrison as our Ohio Restaurant Association Staff Member of the Year. Moving on to the next award. Since joining the Ohio Restaurant Association Board of Directors this past year, Adrian Adornetto has generously shared his time, talent, and considerable business experience. Please welcome to the stage our Ohio Restaurant Association Board Member of the Year, Adrian Adornetto. Adrian attended Johnson & Wales University's prestigious College of Culinary Arts in Providence, Rhode Island. Returning to his hometown of Zanesville, Adrian worked in his father's hospitality businesses, eventually purchasing them in 2013. Today, he owns and operates Adornetto's Pizzeria, which is listed among the nation's top 100 independently owned pizzerias by Pizza Today magazine. He also owns the gourmet Italian Old Market House Inn and Giacomo's Bread and Deli. A tireless Zanesville booster, Adrian advises Zanesville City Schools and serves on the Strategic Planning Committee for the City of Zanesville. He played an integral role in raising $18 million to build a new community hospital, chairs the Genesis Healthcare Foundation Board, and serves on the Executive Committee of Zanesville's Goodwill Organization. Upon joining the ORA board, Adrian jumped right in by actively taking part in every board meeting, as well as ORA town hall events and local restaurant alliance meetings. On 2 occasions, he traveled to Washington, D.C. to represent the interests of our membership, including a session at the White House where the National Restaurant Association's new health insurance trust was celebrated. And in June, he was a sponsor of the ORA and National Restaurant Association's Golf Classic at the New Albany Country Club, which benefits the Restaurant Advocacy Fund. Most of all, Adrian has actively participated in reaching out to new and prospective members, and he represents the heart of hospitality in our industry. We are very proud to recognize and congratulate our 2020 Ohio Restaurant Association Board Member of the Year, Adrian Adornetto. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sheila. The Claude F. Morton Lifetime Achievement Award pays homage to Claude Morton and his wife Peggy, who owned and operated the landmark Morton's Restaurant in Portsmouth, and both were heavily involved in the early leadership of the Ohio Restaurant Association. We present the Lifetime Achievement Award as our most prestigious honor, reserved for longtime restaurateurs who have provided a lifetime of service to the community and the restaurant industry. A year ago, we recognized a pillar in the Ohio restaurant community, Cameron Mitchell, and over the years, we've presented this celebrated award to our state's most esteemed restaurant leaders. This year is no exception. Kamal Boulis, owner and CEO of the Refectory, please come to the stage. Kamal Boulis got his start in the restaurant business bussing tables as a high schooler at the Lake Mahonk Mountain House, a sprawling Hudson Valley resort that resembles a Victorian castle. In the historic 750-seat main dining room with panoramic views of the Catskill Mountains, young Kamal served a 4-year apprenticeship, rubbing shoulders with some of America's most successful men and women while learning the importance of serving customers in the very best manner. By the time he turned 20, Kamal was kitchen manager and later maitre d' in the famous Rocking Horse Ranch in Highland, New York. Fortunately for us, Kamal landed in Columbus in 1976, opening the Ohio chapter of this remarkable story by taking the job at the Old Church House restaurant. Within a year, he was promoted to assistant general manager and later to general manager. He stayed on when new owners transformed the Old Church House into the Refectory. The year 1991 was huge for Kamal. He married the love of his life, Linda, and was offered the opportunity to purchase the Refectory. one of Central Ohio's premier restaurants and the only eatery to receive the AAA 4-Diamond Award for the past 25 years. Under Kamal's ownership, the refectory is among the top 100 restaurants in America and top 100 most romantic restaurants as determined by Open Table. With a 17,000 bottle wine cellar, the refectory is the only restaurant in Ohio and one of only 95 worldwide to receive the Wine Spectator's Grand Award. Kamal creatively supports hundreds of nonprofits each year. He has received the Small Business Leader of the Year Award from Columbus Chamber of Commerce and has been recognized for his support of the arts by the Greater Columbus Arts Council. Here is more about Kamal and the refectory.
My name is Kamal Boulos. We're here at the Refectory Restaurant. What we try to do is create sort of a sanctuary, if you will. We don't want guests to feel like they're rushed in and out. They want to relax and dine leisurely over 2 or 3 or 4 courses, enjoy some nice wines to go with it, because that's really what dining is all about. Without the support of our community, we wouldn't be able to have a fine wine cellar. We wouldn't be able to have a refectory restaurant. So it's really the community that allows us to exist. And it's a privilege to be a part of that community.
Kamal, we're so very proud of what you've accomplished at the refectory and in your life at this moment. Would you like to share some thoughts?
Well, I have to tell you, I've been fortunate in the last few years to win a few awards that Sam mentioned. And both times, I was invited to address the audience, as I'm doing this evening. And I thought I did a good job. I mean, people came up to me afterwards and said, you did a great job. We appreciated some of the words you had to say. And then subsequent years, as I went back to those events, they didn't invite anybody to address the audience anymore. I was like the last one. And, I never really understood why. And I didn't want to ask them. I mean, it's embarrassing, But I really hope that this doesn't happen, this year. I don't want to be the last one to be able to address the crowd. So I'll try and make this short. But I've been working hard on it. Melissa told me just, about a week ago that I was going to address the crowd. So I'll try to make this short. So I know you have a few minutes, but, and please don't deny the next person this. But in all honesty, I started a journey into this business when I was 14 years old. And I was incredibly, incredibly blessed to begin in the right environment. And that was really an incubator for me. It really just helped shape my attitude, my mindset, my work ethic, my attention to detail. And, despite the bumps in the road and often self-inflicted landmines when I was younger, along the way there were some people that cared more about me and my life than I cared about it. I don't know if you've ever met anyone like that in your journey as you look back. There are people that believed in you and cared more about your life than you did. Become that person today to others. And then there were others that really challenged me to be more concerned about who I was becoming rather than fixated on accomplishments and success. And it began to really challenge my thinking that it's really not what I do that gives meaning to who I am. It's who I am that gives meaning to what I do and what I'm doing. I was never very good at writing down goals over the years and accomplishing them. I think that's a great thing to do, and in fact, every young person I work with, I challenge them and encourage them to do that. But I was more sort of fixated and really tried to do, what was on my plate that day. That's how I pursued excellence. I kind of tend to live in the moment, and I kind of say, okay, what can I do right now that's the best that I can do despite what I'm surrounded with? And, how can I have a positive impact or make a difference today? And I don't necessarily mean tasks. because honestly, my best days are relational, and it's about people. And I never get anything done, but that's really a great day for me. And as this became the driving force, doors opened up that I just wouldn't have never, ever imagined. Once a week, I gathered together with a few other men, and at 6:30 in the morning, and we're gathering together to specifically pray for our children. And one of them this last week mentioned that he had been at a seminar, a business seminar, and the speaker talked about pushing versus pulling. And I realized that I've done a lot of both over the years. I mean, let's face it, most of us have done that, personally and professionally. But I tend to definitely be somebody that really makes more of an effort to pull people along the way. And when I think about that, how much, am I setting an example today that is compelling others to follow? So these are some of the principles that are important to me. However, to be honest, I'm a work in progress, and I will continue to be a work in progress. Because let's face it, if I stop thinking that way, then I allow my pride or my arrogance to keep me from continuing to grow. And I've been at the refectory for 43 of the 44 years that it's been open. But I would not be standing here today, I assure you, without the privilege of knowing and working with some of the people at these two tables over here. They include, of course, my wife and daughter, our chef, and Sandra, our business manager, and many, many others, Michael and Chris and Dave, and many others that are not here. And they've all really sort of poured themselves into my journey. They tolerated my blind spots. They spoke truth to me when I needed it. And they relentlessly pursued excellence with me and helped me bear my burdens. And these people represent probably over 170 years of refectory restaurant experience. That's crazy. And this award is truly a reflection of their achievements. I'm humbled by their dedication and can't thank them enough for their talent and presence in my life, because they really helped me to become a better person. I'm deeply grateful to the guests and the community of Central Ohio that has supported our restaurant for many years. Because without them, let's face it, I really wouldn't be here at all. None of us would be. My great appreciation also to the work of the ORA, who provides resources and is a voice for us, none of which we could do on our own. And for this award, which is truly a reflection of what the refectory family has achieved and accomplished together. Thank you very much.
Kamal got his start working a part-time job as a high school student bussing tables. Many men and women have discovered the pleasures and rewards of the food service industry in such the same way, starting as busboys and dishwashers. In a moment, one of them will be inducted as the 4th member of the Ohio Restaurant Hall of Fame. To open this year's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, please welcome back John Barker.
Thank you, Sam. And congratulations again to Kamal. Very inspirational. Our Hall of Fame recognizes industry leaders who devoted a lifetime to upholding our core values while inspiring the next generation of hospitality champions. Last year, we inducted our first 3 Hall of Fame honorees. They were Billy Ingram of White Castle, Cameron Mitchell of Cameron Mitchell Restaurants, and Jeff Ruby of Jeff Ruby Culinary Entertainment. Let me tell you about our next Ohio Restaurant Association Hall of Fame honoree, and the first of 3 that will be inducted into our 2020 class. Dave Thomas was a 15-year-old high school kid in Fort Wayne, Indiana, who wanted to do something with his life. He walked into the Hobby House restaurant, asked for a job, and he got it. And you guess it, he was a busboy. It was the start of a career that impacted millions of lives and introduced the world to a new restaurant category at the time called made-to-order quick service. Later, Dave founded Wendy's, which is now the largest restaurant company based in Ohio, and a brand that has impacted thousands of people in our state who have worked in Wendy's restaurants and at the Restaurant Support Center in Dublin. He later founded the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, which has successfully placed thousands of foster care children in permanent, loving homes. Since Dave himself was adopted, this became his passion, and now is his greatest legacy. Let's take a look at this video that highlights Dave's remarkable story.
Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, was a great businessman. He grew Wendy's from one store in downtown Columbus, Ohio, to 6,000 restaurants by the time of his death. He was a down-to-earth man who believed in great-tasting food served with a smile. But life wasn't always easy for Dave. It was a true rags-to-riches story. He had humble beginnings that motivated him and taught him some great lessons.
Working for Frank and George Regas, taught me about quality and service. And I guess that's what really drew me. The fascination of the restaurant business was how you please customers. And the only way you please customers is that you have to have a clean restaurant, and you have to be nice to them and get the order right, and the food's got to taste good, and it's got to be good. And if you don't have them ingredients, you're not going to be very successful.
In 1962, Dave took over 4 struggling Kentucky Fried Chicken stores in Columbus, Ohio. In 4 short years, he turned the stores around, sold them back to KFC, and was a millionaire at the age of 35. Dave opened the first Wendy's in 1969 in Columbus, Ohio, with the motto, "Quality is our recipe." Dave wanted to give his customers fresh, made-to-order hamburgers, served quickly in a clean and homey atmosphere.
It all started right here. When our competitors were making hamburgers and putting it under heat lamps, I thought it was wrong. So I wanted a hamburger made with fresh 100% pure beef and made to order. And so our competitors gave us a great opportunity to give the American public the greatest hamburger in the world.
The American public agreed. Customers flocked to Wendy's for that old-fashioned hamburger taste. And Wendy's grew rapidly. With quality food and service as the foundation, Wendy's rolled out many quick service innovations, like the modern-day pickup window, and new products like salads, chicken sandwiches, and baked potatoes. In 1989, Dave was offered a new role, company spokesperson in TV commercials. And Dave reluctantly stepped in front of the cameras.
Howdy, dude. Huh?
Appearing in more than 800 commercials over 12 years, Dave became a lovable folk hero and one of the most recognized people in the country. All the while reminding us it's all about the food. While Dave Thomas isn't with us anymore, he's still here in spirit. He set the vision for this great brand, the dream of great tasting food served with a smile.
As some of you may know, I worked for Wendy's for nearly 20 years and was lucky enough to get to know Dave pretty darn well. In fact, he was the final person that I interviewed with before joining the company in the mid-1990s. And we traveled together on many unforgettable trips. And I remember Dave saying so many lines that those of us who worked with him, and he used to say, if I'm picking on you, I really like you. And it dawned on me that he must like me, because he picked on me a lot. But I've also had the real pleasure and the honor to get to know Dave's family. And we're thrilled tonight that Pam and Lori are here to accept the Hall of Fame Award in memory of Dave Thomas. Please welcome to the stage Pam and Lori.
Thank you. Everyone, I know my dad would be so happy tonight because this is probably the final award that he never received. So it's really a great honor for our family and great memories. Quite the character. And John, I don't know about liking or disliking when he picks on you. So I found it not so much.
Back in 1951, in the weeks before Thanksgiving, Ted Gregory took ownership of a little restaurant in the small town of Montgomery, located on the outskirts of Cincinnati. He renamed the place the Montgomery Inn. To be truthful, the Montgomery Inn was better known for the drinks at the time. So Ted's wife, Metula, usually cooked his meals at home and brought them over to the restaurant. Often she included a few extra helpings for friends that may stop by. On one of those occasions, Metula made up a batch of barbecued ribs with her own homemade sauce. And oh boy, those ribs were really good. The friends at the restaurant that night spread the word. Metula cooked up more ribs, and soon Ted Gregory was becoming called the Ribs King, a title that stuck with him the remainder of his life. The Montgomery Inn became nationally famous, especially when comedian Bob Hope stopped in and became a lifelong fan. Ted Gregory passed away in 2001. However, the Montgomery Inn tradition continues to this day, thanks to the members of the Gregory family, who are not only great operators, but even better neighbors and friends of the Cincinnati region. The Gregory family is at the forefront of charitable giving in the Cincinnati areas. Nonprofits that they support include the Reds Community Fund and the Dragonfly Foundation, benefiting children and young adults facing cancer. The Gregory children proudly carry on Ted and Metula's legacy by keeping alive the colorful memory of the Ribs King and making sure Montgomery Inn remains a Cincinnati treasure and one of the finest restaurants in the nation. There's no doubt that Montgomery Inn is one of Cincinnati's most loved and favorite businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Ohio Restaurant Association Hall of Fame Award to the Gregory family and the Montgomery Inn restaurants, catering and retail business operations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here this evening. I've had a couple glasses of wine, and my sister Terry said, don't say anything when you go out there. Anyway, I knew I was going to speak tonight, and I've been worried all week long about what I was going to say, and I had a brainstorm on my way here today. I thought, I'll just have a couple glasses of wine, you'll think of something. But I just want to tell you a little bit of our history and my family. My sister Vicky's here tonight, sister Terry, her husband Evan, they're all heavily involved in Montgomery Inn. Our director of marketing, Tori Aronoff, are all here tonight. So we have an incredible team. My brother Tom, my son Tag are home running the store tonight. But my folks started in 1951. It was a bar. My dad, it's a long story, I'll make it real short. We had a kitchen there. My dad leased the kitchen out to a lady for $1 a year. He thought he could sell whiskey and beer and make a nice living. My dad said the lady's kitchen was filthy and her food was terrible. He wouldn't eat anything she made, so my mother would cook dinner and bring it to him every night. And one night, and she'd always bring enough for a couple of the cronies that are hanging around the bar. Well, she made ribs one evening, and next thing you know, they're all asking for ribs. The rest is history. But we all started to work, my brother, my two sisters, at an early age. I was 12 years old. Can't remember if that's 6th or 7th grade, but we were working full time. And I'd be on the school bus riding home, and no matter what season it was, our friends would say, can you play baseball? Can you play football? Whatever the sport was at that time. And we always had to say no. We had to go to work. And I used to think then that I had the worst parents in the world that made us work like that. I look back now, and I've been around 55 years in the business, And I think about how lucky I was to be able to work with my family, with my parents, and to learn from them. So I just want to say our customers are great, our staff's great, and I just have a great family. I am thrilled to go to work every day. So God bless you all. Thank you for this wonderful award.
Well done, Dean. We have one more outstanding restaurateur to be enshrined in the Ohio Restaurant Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame Award is sponsored by the Inspire PR Group. To do the honors, please welcome the president of Inspire PR Group, Hinda Mitchell.
Thanks, Sam. In the mid-1960s, just a handful of years before Dave Thomas opened his first Wendy's, another relatively new hamburger chain concept was just getting off the ground. A young attorney and tax accountant studied the concept, thought it sounded promising, and bought a franchise. That man was Bob Bennett, and his fledgling Bennett Management Corporation opened its first Burger King in 1966. That restaurant, which is number 261 in the Burger King chain and located in Kalamazoo, Michigan, was an immediate hit. Today, Bennett Management has more than 1,000 employees and operates 25 Burger King locations in Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. From the beginning, Bob Bennett was a brilliant marketer and restaurateur, one of the first to champion the drive-through window. Bennett was also the first Burger King franchisee in the Midwest to offer late-night hours and the first in the United States to include premiums in children's meals, beginning with moon creatures to commemorate the 1969 Apollo lunar landing. In 2011, after making a bid in a court-ordered sale, Bob came to the rescue of legendary Toledo restaurant group Tony Pacos. The restaurant was made famous by the hit TV show MASH, and today the chain is growing throughout the Toledo area. Active in the business until his passing in 2013, Bob Bennett was a true restaurant pioneer. Mr. Bennett's legacy lives on through his wife, Emily. Emily stepped into the position of chair and president of Tony Pacos and Bennett Management following the untimely passing of her husband. Since taking on that role, Emily's leadership, vision, wisdom, and energy have shaped both organizations significantly. Emily took over the responsibilities and worked quickly to learn the business, bring on top talent, and guide them toward success despite ongoing challenges. Besides natural leadership, passion, and kindness, Emily is adept at holding her staff accountable for driving results. From the top, she works very closely with all levels of the team. Whether it be serving food at Pacos catering events or cleaning the lobby and taking care of guests at Burger King remodel events, she is an incredible role model. Emily personally recognizes milestone anniversaries and always acknowledges team members who get customer compliments. Emily takes the time each month to write personal notes to team members across both of their brands. Receiving these notes makes the entire team feel very appreciated. Her generosity spreads through providing numerous annual scholarships and through the Robert G. Bennett Scholarship Program. Many local students receive support to further their education. Most would describe Emily as a passionate, people-oriented leader. She spreads contagious smiles and warmth that can always be felt with such genuine care and concern for everyone on her team. We proudly present the Ohio Restaurant Association Hall of Fame Award to the President and Chairman of the Board of Bennett Management Corporation, Emily Bennett. Emily, will you please share your thoughts at this Hall of Fame moment?
Thank you so much. This honor it means more to me than you will ever know. Might need a moment to compose myself. When I received the phone call letting me know that I was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, not just for me, but for the legacy that my husband left, I truly was rendered speechless, and my team will tell you that is a very odd occurrence. Bob's wealth of knowledge, his innovations, his attention to procedures and processes, and his unique way at looking at and solving problems helped to lay the foundation upon which our company was created and has grown over the past 55 years. He felt the success of his company rested in the people he worked with who were the backbone of the company, he used to say to me all the time. He worked tirelessly to grow and develop restaurants and to offer opportunities for personal and professional growth to those who worked in them. One of his greatest pleasures was to hear the success stories of people who worked in the restaurants as they'd meet up with him throughout the town and let him know how their lives were changed for the better because of what they learned working for him at the Burger King restaurants. Working with so many talented and experienced professionals who are invested in people-pleasing people and have it your way has made my leadership role an exciting and fulfilling experience. Together, we continue the legacy Bob left, building upon each other's strengths to ensure Packo's and Bennett Management have a strong and bright future. This award not only recognizes many decades of success, philanthropy, and professional growth, but also the incredible teamwork and support that helps us to continue to thrive in Bob's absence. It has been my distinct honor to carry on in his name. He would be very proud of the people who have worked so hard to ensure the success of the companies that he felt so passionately about. Thank you so much to the Ohio Restaurant Association for this incredible recognition and for the honor of being in the company of some of Ohio's most esteemed restaurateurs. Thank you.
Again, we congratulate Emily Bennett and all of our 2020 Hall of Fame inductees. To all our winners tonight, congratulations to each and every one of you. To you, our Ohio Restaurant Association members and guests here with us for this 100-year celebration at the Industry Awards Gala, thank you for your membership, thank you for your sponsorship, support, and all that you do. We commend you for supporting this industry and championing the American dream. I'm going to break off the protocol here just for a second, and I want to thank one more person that's in this room tonight. I want to enthusiastically and in a well-deserved thank you to John Barker tonight for being an absolutely fabulous president and CEO of the Ohio Restaurant Association. Here's to John Barker. A great leader. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our evening and Industry Awards celebration. We hope to see you again tomorrow at the Mid-America Restaurant Expo. Best wishes for a wonderful evening, and please drive safely. Good night. Thank you all again.